Hello everybody and welcome back to my time at Sandrock, where yesterday we ended on a bit of a cliffhanger, did we not? I'm just going to go check and see if Buddy is sleeping in his bed in here now. Should be. Or has he maybe decided he wants to bunk in with Andy or something? There's enough beds for him. I'm just guessing that he and Andy are up and about early in the morning, I suppose. Never mind. So I'll leave Maisie with her papa, who has picked her up. And we shall go back to Paradise Lost, I think. Buddy, you doing alright? Hi. Machina, super loud. Brr, brr. I love that. Machine. Okay. I'm just going to go have a quick look and see how... No, I don't want the photo. What? I'm just going to go and have a quick look. See, this game here, this is where my love of pressing escape comes from, I think. In a lot of other games, I press escape and it's like, is this one escape? Is this one tab? Is this one I? Is this one E? Is this one... What opens up all my menus in this game? Let's spin the wheel. Okay, so let me see. How are we doing socially with my fam? Oh, people who have left. Matilda, we never managed it, did we? So sad. Oh, Jan, that's who I was trying to talk about yesterday. Coco still isn't at full loyalty. I love that. Rest of them are, though. They'll get there over time as they got sent on missions and stuff. So Buddy is at companion stage, just getting into that last heart. And Macy's at familiar stage. So Buddy and Andy are both companions. They look like a little family, don't they? The baby and the middle one and the oldest one. It's so cute. I love them. Right. Anyway, let's find myself a mount. What mount do I want today?
Got a little request today, and I let Elsie handle it. I've got some free time. We could go for a ride if you have some time.
Well, we could. Come with me if you want. You can follow me.
Where to? You lead. I follow.
Rambo then. You know, as soon as Logan's coming with me today, apparently. Can help me fight. I don't really need help with probably any of the fights that are likely to happen in Paradise Lost. But still. He can come with me. I love Rambo. Rambo's such a cool looking mount, isn't he? He's amazing. Okay. Off we get. And I just need to repair this last blast furnace. Like I say, I didn't want to, like... I think this is going to be big stuff happening and maybe time-consuming stuff. And I've been caught by that in the past. Like, you finish the last thing you need to repair.
Here and there to limber up.
What was I saying? Sorry, before Logan interrupted me. Ah! Oh, we were gone the wrong way again. I always do this. Yeah, I've been caught by it before where you put the last piece in and then suddenly you're in a chain of 400 cutscenes at like 11:15 at night and like you're about to pass out and you're just worrying, all you're doing is worrying about passing out. We now know we've got all day to deal with whatever happens from this, so let's go. Also, I got to give you a cliffhanger. I don't do that very often. I'm actually quite good with that. Like if I've opened a new thing, I'll go and check it out in the morning for you. Like over Magical, we build a new building or something. I'm like, let's go and see it before we end the episode. But this time I decided let's cliffhanger it. But let's put that together then.
The person who has returned to this place with my pendant, know that this place has likely been lost for an age.
Ooh.
The sentries here are designed to protect the most sacred of my tools, but also test the person who would find themselves worthy of wielding them. Should you overcome this challenge, all shall be revealed.
Challenge? The sentries are meant to test me? What could that mean exactly? I better report my findings to Hugo. Leave the mysterious room. Yeah, sure. Let's leave it. Let's go and see Hugo. Yes, as suspected, there's more to this. Okay, aha! Robo-mechanical castle rustlers. I knew this day would come. Mama, daughter, fetch me EMP rocket-propelled grenade-firing boomstick. The one that says anti-robo rustlers on it. Oh, I wish this was voice acted. This would be amazing. It sounds so good. Mabel? Elsie?
Wow.
Pee-pee cat? Banjo is pee-pee cat. Pee-pee cat lives with me now, Coop. Because you didn't like him.
Wow.
Ah, hell. There's a doings transpiring and I'm being oppressed.
Huh.
Are you guys nice robots? Like Rosie? Or evil robots? Like 99% of all other robots?
Oh.
Oh, no. Don't be a statistic. Some of those robots made it all the way back to town. I better stop them. Alright, let's go to town. So where are they all? Looks like there's one there. Looks like there's the flower weed redemption for Miguel. So that's a continuation of his quest, I guess. There's something going on in the town centre as well. Alright, well, if we get back on Rambo again, that would help. Ride into town, down the railway tracks. Wild, wild western style. So what's going on down here then? So you see, these kinds of robots don't really have thoughts or feelings or oases to protect like us. We're not killing them, we're just turning them off with bullets.
Oh.
Is there really nothing we can do for them? Take the shot. Hey Sheila, want to fight robots?
Oh.
Oops. I think we have to fight robots whether you want to or not. Sorry. Would help if I had a sword out. Where's Logan?
Thank you.
Oh, he's here. Phew! Thanks. That was a close one. Oh, you got loads of cool stuff from them as well. Old world alloy again.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that's where I got all the old world alloy from before, probably fighting those initial robots. If I'm being honest, I still never feel great about turning off robots with bullets, but what are you going to do? I'll make sure no more come this way. You should go back up to Justice at the ranch. Okay. I'm on fire. Because I'm hot. Okay. There was something going on in the middle of town though as well, so maybe we'll just like run up the steps. And this is what I like the goats for. Like running up steps on goats is generally a lot easier than on horses. So we've got a few things going on. Something outside Mian's house. Oh, okay. Go see what's going on up there then. Is Mian fighting robots?
Teach said
Oh,
you
it's
gotta
Andy.
make something with that machine. That's the assignment. So quit belly aching and just do what you're supposed to do.
How was I supposed to know that thing was an oven? I'm a bandit, not a baker. How am I supposed to strike fear into the hearts of my enemies wearing an apron?
Oh,
Hey
Andy.
there, beautiful. I was just talking some sense into our culinarily impaired nephew here.
He's our adopted son. Do you forget this?
Listen, kid, best way to do something you don't want to do is to just get it done. Get it over with. Longer you sit and pout, the longer you gotta deal with it. So just do it already.
Fine. But y'all gotta do it with me. Back at the hideout. If anyone asks, I'm a hostage.
Oh, it works for me. So long as you like your cakes extra crispy.
Ugh, this is a disaster in the making. Maybe Grandma Vivi knows something. Bet Jazz would let me cheat off of her if I play my cards right. Say, what do you know about confectionaries?
With me on the team, you can't lose.
All right! Thanks. I feel better about this already.
Well, sounds to me like we've got a plan then. Let's swing by the old hideout tomorrow afternoon. In the meantime, I'll run to the store and get us cake stuff. Eggs, flour, trail dust, I reckon.
Sugar?
Ugh. Don't go to the store without me, all right? See you tomorrow. Leave this lunkhead to me.
Okay. Well, I've got robots to deal with, so yeah. They said to go up to Justice. They did a good job of putting him into the cutscene and then still having him follow me, though. That was seamless. That was really nice. So what are we going to do with Justice, then? Let's have a look at where things... Oh. Really? It's all the way back at my house? Okay, well, let's just run back down. And then we can chat to Miguel as well. So that's the Sin the Blacksmith one. Okay. Justice must be at my house then. Hey, Deputy Captain. Hey, Nia. We'll have to do some work with Nia. She's got quests to do, new ones as well. So that'll be really cool.
Ah.
She-Lab, just in the nick of time. Yeah, well, that's like just your opinion, man. Look at the robot over yonder, standing there, menacingly. My Yakmel may never recover from the emotional damage wrought there. Wrought this day. Yours response time makes Blue Moon delivery look like the speed buggy bugananza. Look, man, we're doing our best out here. If you don't want to help, stay out of the way. Alright. She-Lab, cover me. Phew, nice one, She-Lab. Oh, okay. I see how... I feel like I should be saying builder. I see how it is. So, you're just going to smash up a bunch of robots on my property and leave junk everywhere? Look, man, we're going to handle it.
Use this.
Sin Praetorian. Use this.
Restore Master Sin's chambers.
Restore Master Sin's chambers. Whoa, partner. What did you do to it? Nothing. I was just about to smack this thing with my hammer before it started getting all cordial. The way it looked at me. It's almost like it had a soul. Oh, no. Wanted me to find the legendary blacksmith Sin's workshop. They were just looking for blacksmith friends. The other ones definitely tried to kill us. Keep it together, partner. What happened next, Hugo?
Hey.
This one gave me its core, then just collapsed. Does any of this track for you, She-Lab? So you really found it? And from what you're telling me, I bet the forge is still prepped from the last time Sin himself was inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, this material inside the bots. It's an alloy from the Age of Corruptions. The only way you'll find more of it is by tracking down the rest of these robots. I assume there's somewhere to place these cores inside the workshop, and then... Is that what you plan to do? Restore an old world relic meant for a knight? Has to be done, if you say so. It won't be easy, but I trust you to do the right thing, She-Lab. We can hold down the fort, She-Lab. All things considered, defending the town against these kind of robots is a pretty manageable task compared to all we've been through at this point. Yeah. Challenging, but not frustratingly difficult. An overall pleasant and satisfying experience. Thumbs up. Recommended.
Catch you later.
Yeah, just keep us up to date with this ancient relic thing, She-Lab. And stay frosty out there. Right then, Logan. We are off. To collect old world alloys. By finding more robots. Where am I going to find them, though? Let's have a quick look at the mission. I mean, they were saying you'd need to find more... Revisit the ruins. Defeat more robot monsters. And collect more old world alloy. Well, we can try going back to where we came from. Otherwise, we might have to go into actual Paradise Lost itself, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Maybe some will have respawned. I've got 24 old world alloy. Yeah, it's still pointing us in this direction, so I figure we just go back in here then. It's like a little dungeon for the update. I'm fairly certain that this part of it is probably what was added for the update, and then all of the romance options and things like that were added with the DLC. It's sometimes hard to tease apart what was DLC and what was patch. Oh yeah, I've got some more Guardians of Sin in here now. Oh, oops. Look, stop taking advantage of the fact I'm being electrocuted, alright, dude? One old world out. Really? One? Is that it? Man, it's gonna take me ages. Logan, keep up. I've got 5 now. There more around here? I'm 30 out of 40. 31 out of 40.
Hey, hold your horses. I'll lose my grip.
Don't you go hiding in the other room and let me do all the work. Honestly. Alright, so we're now on 43. Perfect. Activate the machine in Sin's workshop. So I figure we click on this, put some alloys in it, and see what happens. Wow, I didn't know the ceiling would open. Is this like the Master Forge of Master Forges? Looks a bit broken, maybe.
This workshop and I welcome you. Through your actions, you've proven yourself worthy of these knightly weapons, the only set I've ever crafted. The sentries that I created and stationed here to guard my workshop have fulfilled their purpose. I do hope they didn't cause any undue trouble.
I really hope that these are not like level 100 weapons or something.
I have no idea how much time will have passed before they would see action. Know that these armaments were crafted for a dear friend in an age long past, for the sole purpose of defending the innocent and protecting everything precious in life. Please use these weapons with that in mind. I trust that you will, as you have likely protected others from the sentries that were here to test you. Stay true to these actions and ideals and prove yourself worthy of the title of hero.
Cool, so I got the Tree of Life. And we've finished the quest. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, that took half the day, though, as well, to finish that off. So I kind of do figure that that would have been too much to have done in the last episode by a long shot. It's taken us 20 minutes of this one. Those of you that are like, you should open all the chests. There is nothing in this game I need. Nothing other than maybe electrocution protection and a sense of direction. So let's get out of here then.
Been a while since I had someone to run with like this.
Oh, you don't like running? Well, you don't want to follow me around then. Are you happy? Catch your breath there on Rambo. You need to do some cardio, don't you, Logan? Alright. So we're waiting for tomorrow with Mr. With Mr. Andy. So at the moment we're just looking to catch up with Miguel, who's over here, I think. See what's going on with that. Oh, it's a rainbow. Shall we go and look at the rainbow, Logan? That's adorable. It's over the bend, I think. Oh, there he is. He's waving at us. Oops. I didn't touch the oasis. I didn't touch it. I did nothing. Burgess, you saw nothing.
Greetings. In light of Sandrock undergoing wonderful changes, Burgess and I thought it fitting to replant the temple flower beds.
We did that once before, didn't we, together? That was a nice conversation.
I am gathering donated flowers from the residents around town. Leanne and Nia have given us a beautiful matching pair of seedlings. Zeke was kind enough to part with a blossom, and Dandy was, as usual, rather enthusiastic to help. I was wondering whether you would be so gracious as to grow some flowers for us. It would make a fine addition to our community garden.
Sure, I'll pop them in the greenhouse.
Wonderful. To complement our current plans, a donation of rhino horn cactus and cactus flower would be perfect.
I might already have some. No, cactus flower. I've got to go and get that. That's not a growing thing. That's a going to the desert and getting it thing. That's so annoying.
Thank you. Please, bring them to me when you are ready. I look forward to planting them with you.
Still, let's see what we've got of that. So, let's have a quick look at the quest log and see how many of them we have. So, we have plenty of rhino horn, but we need to go and get the cactus flower. So, we'll need to go into the desert and cut down cactus for that. I know this because Fang wanted like 1 million of them earlier in the game, so... Of all the flowers, I probably have like some of everything. Except for cactus flowers. It's the one thing. And they know it, and they know that that's the one thing I'm not going to have. So that's why they ask for it, so I've got things to actually do rather than just going through my inventory of thousands of things that I collected over the course of playing the game. I know what they're up to. Right, so we're looking for any of these cacti that have flowers on them, like this one does. We want to get a few of them. We need to cut them down. I don't know whether the cacti that I cut down, in the sort of, you know, you get your end summary of it. I think I was done for taking down a couple of trees, and I do wonder whether it was the cactus or not. I'm not certain. There's one over there. I don't know whether I should just run over. Otherwise, you've got to mount and dismount every time.
It's good to keep in shape. Used to do this with my paw.
It's so funny when I run. He's like, I hate running. Why do you run so much, Sheila? Yabby? Nearly sent everything on my desk flying then because like I've got an Udi on at the moment. Because it's freezing. It was -4 outside last night. It's cold. And it's not gone much above -2 the whole day. Yeah, you can ride, Logan. There you go. Don't worry. You can just ride. Here's another one. Just got 6 to find, okay, dude? So I don't know whether we'll be able to get through all of the content in this episode. We might be able to. Just depends on how much there is, really. Or it might be another episode after that. But I get the feeling it's just a couple of hours of extra stuff that's been added for this. Would definitely, again, like the pet one, would give a very different flavour to it if you were doing that throughout the campaign. Okay. I need ones with flowers on, and I'm not really finding them. This is where it ends up taking several days because I can't find like enough flowers in the desert. In the whole desert, I can't find 6 flowers. Okay, that looks like number 4. So I'll just carry on taking these down. See if I can get the other 2. Sometimes Logan gets in the way of me being able to quite get the pop-up for riding Rambo there. Okay, we hit the edge of the desert. Invisible wall, that one. Keep having a look. Not that one. This one up here, maybe? Nope. down here? Nope. That one will do. That's number 5. This is where in the whole of this desert there actually only are like 6. And then maybe we'll go to bed and then tomorrow we'll hand in the flowers and have a chat with Miguel. I love that you can see the fairground from up here. It's amazing. Ah, that might be the last one. Lovely. Yep. Oh, we actually got 2 off that one, I think. Nice. I'm just gonna exhaust poor old Rambo. So, you know, you run for 2 minutes, Logan, and you're exhausted. Imagine how it feels to be poor Rambo. Although I guess goats are kind of built different. Humans are built for walking, not running, really. I mean, they can run, but they're not really built for long distance running. But they are very much built for long distance walking. Okay.
Andy likes to think that he takes after me, but I wouldn't be caught dead cooking with a recipe. Bacon is basic chemistry. If you ever hear me say that, you can go ahead and shoot me. I've been body snatched.
You can cook without a recipe. You can't bake without a recipe. Baking is chemistry. Can we actually just go home now? Thank you. So I could go and hand that in, or we could just go to bed and hand it in the morning. I think going to bed and handing it in the morning is probably the best idea. I don't want to try and fit too much stuff into a day. The more days I pass as well, the more likely it is that we'll get to see Maisie grow into a toddler. Proper toddler. Not just a crawling baby toddler. So you've got like basic baby, then you've got crawling baby, then you've got like toddler stage. So I think we should go home. Oh, holding hands while we run.
It's good to keep in shape.
That's so
Used to
cute.
do this with my paw.
Keep up. Keep up. Got my axe in one hand. My sweetheart in the other. Love it. Actually, I do wonder, like, did I ever max out, like, the house, the home stats? Yes, I did. She-Lab Shack. Alright, time for bed. I will protect us with my sword while we sleep. Oh no. Ah. Sleep. Logan stopped following. That's fine. I will be able to walk around on my own today, I think. So we need to talk to Miguel. I need to feed Maisie. Maybe give her a bottle or something. I don't know. But she was born, okay. Let's have a look in my family tab and have a look at their dates of birth. So, she was born 8th of autumn, 17th of summer. So, let's look at the calendar. 17th of summer. 1 week. Yep, 2 weeks. About 3 weeks behind. So it would take us about 20 days before Maisie's due to age up. I don't think we're going to be able to see that. Unless I purposely force things forward to make it happen. I'm so happy we got to see Buddy at least though. I'll try and see if I can. I don't think there's going to be any more DLCs for this. If they're working on a new game now, I don't think DLCs are going to be happening. There is mail in the mailbox today from Trudy. Hugo told me about your important discovery in the ruins. Truly amazing. After speaking with the council in Atara, we've decided to ship off the machines to a specialized lab in Vega 5. And find out what makes them tick. As for the weapon you forged, old world blacksmith relics are an unclassified group of equipment, and being that there's only one, you may as well just keep it. We'll let you know if we ever need it for research. Congratulations on such a great find, Mayor Trudy. Maybe I should put that, like, we should have a go with it. I think it's a sword and shield similar to the knight sword. $227 to 220. After defeating an enemy, gain a 60% chance of increasing break. 9% chance of gaining bulletproof. After defeating an enemy, gain a 100% chance of increasing critical chance by 21%. 257, and that's 227. 349. I don't think it's better than the Altera RX, but it'd be quite interesting to see. I don't need a potted cactus in there, do I? It'd be quite interesting to see like its moveset and everything and how it works. It's very pretty. Oh yeah. Hey Rosie. Okay, so we want to talk to Miguel today. So I'll just grab a mount. Beauty, you can come and chat with us today and take us on a ride. Please don't stand in front of the train though. Yeah, it's probably not a wise idea. So we're gonna go and see Miguel and see what's going on. Actually, I'll go up the ramp. It's so much easier to go up here on a horse than it is to go the other way. Looks like he's actually in the Temple of Light, so we'll pop in there. Hi! Rightio then. Hello, Miguel.
These are magnificent samples. Thank you. Let us plant them in the community garden. Miguel of days gone would have scoffed at such an idea. I suppose a little Minister Burgess's optimism has rubbed off on me. I am slowly trying to make amends with the people here. Now that my veil has been lifted, I truly see the warmth of Sandrock.
Why is he saying that old him wouldn't do this when we literally had a whole big, massive planting cutscene before he had his whole, like, worldview changed? Love the look of that sword. It's so pretty.
There. Beautiful. The colors of the flower.
That Logan. Looks like it is.
I seen you working all day in the sun. Thought, this could do you some good. Sorry, I didn't know you were up here with him. Otherwise, I'd have got you one too.
You suck. Worst husband ever.
Thank you, Logan.
Don't mention it. Huh.
Logan,
Listen, I just want to say, I heard you and Penn talking in the cell. I know you ain't had nothing to do with my pa.
if I'd have known...
You ain't no monster. I know you tried your best. Calling the doc and all.
I truly wanted to help him.
I've been watching you lately, and... Well, me of all people know folks can change.
Logan.
And hey, ain't no one ever took a shot at me like that before. Took guts.
I'm sorry. Forever.
Save it, Pastor. Water under the bridge.
Thank you.
Oh, and Pastor, looks like you got a weed over there. You might want to take care of that.
That is a common blue violet. Although a weed with little time, care, and nurturing, it can blossom into something beautiful.
Well, you do you, Pastor. Take her easy now.
It seems, at least to some, actions speak louder than words. Logan is among the last I'd expect to once again call friend. A pleasant surprise, to be sure. Soldiers don't hold grudges, I suppose. To look in the eyes of those I've harmed. There is always that sting. But the aches in my soul, and the shadows of my doubts in the deepest reaches of my mind, are waning. Now that I know, this is what's right. Truly right. I will live my life with the wrongs of my past, but I am healing. Thank you for your donation, for everything.
You're welcome, Miguel. That was so lovely. It was gorgeous. Right. We need to go to Logan's camp now. I'm going to just run part of the way because Beauty is kind of stuck up there. Hey! I wonder when they started turning and waving to me all the time. I wonder if that's just because the game is finished or if that was added as part of a patch or what. Ah, there you go, Beauty. That's a better place for me to mount. Okay. Logan and Rambo. I hope I can get around there this way. Might not be able to. Oh. Yeah. Wrong way, Sheila. You need to not just follow the arrow, you need to actually look where you're going. Okay, so where are we going? How do we get there again? So since when has there been a... Oh yeah, I think that's a part of the Valley of Whisper. Okay, yeah. I think I might have to go over here. Valley of Whispers, Yakmel Station. Or just ride down the railway line that way, I guess. That's the other thing I could do. Yeah, we went totally the wrong way. Okay, still nice and early in the morning. Sorted out all of Miguel's issues. Is it this way? Is this the right way? Think so. I'm like the worst at finding Logan's house. I guess that's... I mean, if it was easy to find, it wouldn't be a hideout, right? I'm not collecting chests anymore, by the way, because we found all of the relics we need to find. Someone was asking, like, when I finished the museum. I didn't actually really finish the museum as such. What I did was I went through the encyclopedia and finished everything there. So the only... Oh, yeah. There's one relic that I still don't have, and that is a toy axe soldier piece. Sorry, toy sword soldier piece 5. I have to get that out of a relic bag. I have opened hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of relic bags and not got them. But I've got every other old world part... or every other relic piece in the whole game. Everyone that I could reasonably find, I have. So, yeah. So, actually, technically, we didn't finish the whole of the encyclopedia. Oh, there we are. That's Rambo's little mount thing. Okay. Enter Logan's camp. Enter Logan's camp. There we are. You can't go too close to things for some reason, or you lose the ability to press E.
Come on, Logan. Everybody's here. Let's bake this thing so I can hurry up and get going.
Relax, man. Stop and smell the flower.
Look, I'm here. I'm doing the thing. But you can't make me enjoy this.
Want to bet?
Hey, Pumpkin. Can you take a look at this? I think I, broke the batter.
All right.
Broke the... Listen, just read the recipe. Only do what the recipe says. If the recipe does not say to do something, do not do that thing. Okay?
Yeah, I got it. You'll keep an eye on me, won't you?
I guess I'm gonna have to.
You. Yeah. That sounds fine by me. You're in charge. I need to go for a walk. Clear my head. Just follow that recipe and holler if anything seems even an inch out of place.
Andy, that sounds like we're baking and you're not doing anything.
Funny way of doing your assignment. All right, it looks like we're stuck holding the bag. Oven's heating up. It's now or never. Read me what Viv's recipe says. A sheet of paper over on that desk.
Okay. 1. 2. I mean, a what? Don't overstir the batter or it'll be all gluteny.
Ship might have sailed on that one already. Let's just hope for the best.
Yay. Keep the temperature between
Yep,
170 and
that's where it's
180.
at. No problems there.
Whip the eggs to roughly the consistency of Pablo's hair gel.
Great visual. Thanks, Viv. Think I got it.
I think we got it.
Alrighty. We did everything the paper said. I think we have to put this in the oven now.
This is going to be so bad.
And now we play the waiting game. Here, have some snacks. I brought a few just in case things went sideways here. Never cook on an empty stomach if you can help it, I always say.
Couldn't we have just used those cakes instead of this cake? I'm actually enjoying this.
Sitting around, I guess. Nice to do something new together, too, I reckon.
How long does it need to
40
bake?
minutes. Oof, don't love that. Plus, we gotta check on it every so often. Phew.
Andy's still not bad.
Yeah, I think we got played a bit. But we got some alone time out of it, too. I'd say we're breaking even.
I think so.
Probably went off to visit those old amusement rides Haru worked on. He'll be fine. Let him have his fun. How's the cake looking?
Burned? 40 minutes seems awful long for a cake. It's usually about 20, 25.
Yep. Still just goo in there.
Did you turn the oven on? He's not whistling. He's actually using whistle voice. He's now Mariah Carey. What song is that?
Oh, nothing special. Just an old tune my pa used to hum. He taught me to whistle so I could call out to Rambo. Get him to run back from however far away he might have wandered off. Not sure what made it pop into my head just now. Never knew the name. Reckon maybe I never will. Don't mean to get all melancholy on you, darling. Why don't I, change my tune, so to speak? What kind of music do you think would most suit our current situation?
Sweet romantic song.
Sweet like cake, huh? Maybe I walked into that one. Let's see. There was one song I always thought was real sugar-coated. Desert Breeze.
I know that song. That's at the beginning. That's the title track. Okay, something more upbeat.
Sure thing. How about she'll be coming around the canyon?
Why does his whistle sound like it's a penny whistle? Alright, something relaxing.
Yeah, all right. I always found Island in the Sky to put me in a relaxed mood. I think it goes a little something like this.
Oh, that was lovely. Whistling me tunes.
Now that is music to my ears. Cake's done. Andy,
Yay!
get in here, kid. Now he's really pushing his luck. All right, let's get this thing out of the oven before it burns.
Okay, it is an actual cake. We managed it somehow.
Hey, this ain't half bad. You taste it too, right? I'm not crazy.
I'm a good influence on you.
We could give the ladies a run for their money with quality grub like this. Maybe that's a bit too congratulatory. We did just follow Grandma's recipe, didn't we?
See, you can cook. You just need a little patience.
Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. I made one cake with a lot of help. Left to my own devices, I still fear I might be inclined to neglect certain nuances of the culinary arts. Taste, texture, aroma, flavor, to name a few. Honey, we'll have to do this again sometime. Nice little getaway for us. And who knows, with an oven in the hideout, I might actually learn to cook you something halfway decent for a change.
You have like so many like houses now. We got the hideout, we got your actual house, you got my actual mansion, which is why we live there because it's huge. Num num.
That good, huh? Save me some sugar.
Aww. Lots and lots of cute cutscenes in this with this extra DLC. Very sweet. Aww.
Maybe I do like bacon after all.
Maybe I do like baking after all. Hi, Andy.
What took you?
You...
Uh-huh.
You did everything without me! Did you even save me a piece? Is it terrible?
I gave you the whistle. Not sure what you thought was going to happen. And yes, as a matter of fact, we did save you a piece. And no, it's quite lovely.
Nice! Whoa! This actually delicious! You aren't kidding! How could this be? Wait a sec. I might not have done the bacon part of this assignment, but My actions led to Logan actually cooking something good for a change. I'm a freaking genius. I'll get an A for sure.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah, you've done the impossible. I feel bad for the other kids who actually learned to cook something.
I'm gonna take some back to Jazz. If somebody doesn't taste this thing soon, nobody's gonna believe me.
As you wish, kiddo. Well, my dear, with that, it may be time to take our leave. I'll clean up. You can wait, or I'll just catch up with you in a bit.
Later, y'all.
Okay. Oh, I missed the hideout. Still has all the health points from when we were fighting in here. This was me and Logan's big fight. That was this arena. Oh, the memories. Oh, the memories. Also, the memories of how to get out of here. Is there like a new way out here? A view deep into the canyon. Pretty. Very pretty. I think I do need to go the traditional way out then. Which is the boing up here. Oh yeah, here we are. I think I had to boing up here. How did I do this before? I think it was always at a certain degree of difficulty, actually. Oh, no. Probably from this side. I had to run this way. No? Hmm. There we are. It's more like it. Okay, I'll try again. I am sorry about this. Wow. There we are. It's better. And then we get back on Rambo and digs us out. Get some new threads at Vivi's tailor shop. Okay, so we have helped Andy with his stuff now. I will check the map and see if there's any more map-based things. So I think those were the two the bigger quests, like going to the outpost and then Andy's homework thing. They were both Logan quests, and I imagine that if you are married to one of the others, you will get different quests. I wonder if I can go this way. Why do I always do this to myself? Am I stuck now? I think I might be slightly stuck. So let's not go that way then. Let's go this way. I guess I need to go this way then. Am I stuck again? I need to stop getting so stuck. Alright, there we are. We're back on track. So, like I say, I think we've done all of the map-based quest stuff. There are no bits and bobs on the map now. So that says to me that I can start some of the other quests that are in the journals. We've done a lot with Logan so far, so I'm wanting to maybe start with one of the other characters. Either Mian or Nia, I think, because they both got two that we can do. And they will be from a friendship point of view rather than from a lover point of view. And it does say that they'll be different based on that. So again, if you've got relationships with them, you'll get a very different Howdy, Jensen. We'll get a very different experience, I would imagine. Okay. Inventory is full. Oh man, it's giving me like extra relics and all sorts. It's all the things I've signed up for, all the mining contracts and things like that I signed up for. Okay, right, now we're back. Let's have a little look in our social bit here. I'm just going to bring up, I think, Mian. So Mian has a background quest of to be a builder. So when most people think of builders, they imagine the busy streets of Tall Sky, the smell of sawdust, the hard-working people getting up at the crack of dawn to check the commission boards. When 8-year-old Mian thought of a builder, she thought of the thick wooden doors to her grandfather's workshop. The time that Mian dreaded most was inspection. Her grandfather was usually a kind man, softly spoken and gentle. When inspection time came, he became unscrupulous, going over every detail with a fine-tooth comb. Again, Mian would return to her little assembly station and start over. Again and again she'd start over and over. Her neighbour Zilu's grandfather would see Mian go back and forth in front of their house, chuckling to himself as he sat on his rocking chair. Sometimes he'd invite her over and give her some candy. He'd warmly smile and give her a soft pat on the head and say maybe next time. Mian wished her own grandfather would pat her head like that. She walked back to her grandfather's workshop and he handed her a diagram, the left side circled. She inspected the grinder. A bearing on the left side was off by a few degrees. Again. 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 An 8-year-old Mian, his hands covered in grease, overalls thick with oil, sat on the floor in front of her disassembled grinder. How did the grown-ups do it? How could anyone be a builder? It was so hard. Maybe next time. Let's start the memory story. And like I say, I am choosing carefully before triggering. I would want to do an entirely different run if I was going to choose Mian as a romance partner. So we're just going to do this one. So to be a builder, mission start. I guess we're just going up to Mian's house. I choose the best staircases to go up on a horse, I really do. Don't to trample all their flowers.
Huh. Why is there an extra screw? I'm going to have to take it all apart again.
Hey Mian.
Oh, it's you. I'm just doing some maintenance on my grinder. It broke down, so I took it apart, but there's an extra part here somehow. Now I have to take it apart again to check. Hey, what have you got there? Ah, my photo!
I didn't expect that you got your goggles so young.
Right? My grandpa never used to really praise me or anything, so it was kind of surprising. Actually, I think I can count on one hand the times he said, "Well done."
It's because he drove you so hard that you were able to achieve that so young, I think.
I failed my exam that day. I was so scared, but my grandpa said he was proud of me and gave me my goggles. It was because I helped a classmate on my way to the exam. It was the first time I really understood what being a builder was about.
Oh.
Do you feel the same? Before that, all I knew was assignments and expectations. But when you help someone, and you know you've done something important to them, there's no feeling like it.
Yeah, that's what being a builder is all about.
Exactly. It's all about helping others. Thanks for bringing this photo to me. It's really important. Sorry, I really have to get back to this grinder.
Oh, that was adorable. I liked that a lot. Okay, did she have another one? These are clearly quite short, so let's have a look. Okay, so-called rebellion. Sometimes when her homework piled up, Mian would start to daydream. She heard the story of rebellious kids who'd packed their bags and run away, never coming home again. When told by kids, they'd become superstar trapeze artists in the circus. When the parents told it, they'd be swallowed by a monster in the peripheries. But when anyone thought of the word rebellious, Mian never came to mind. She did what she was told, followed the rules, and always tried to live up to the expectations of others. Mian saw the world in terms of rules. Rules help you get by. If you break the rules, then someone shouts at you. Someone is disappointed. Someone cries. If you follow the rules, you eat well, you dress well, people praise you. It was simple. Or so she told herself. When she again started falling asleep with her face buried in her books, she looked at the bright moon outside her window and longed to get away. She wanted to rebel. Just once. Quickly she started packing her bags, her pick hammer, her goggles, some food, water, a medical kit. She knew she was prepared, and she knew she had what it takes to go it alone. She was a master builder, the best in her school. She wasn't afraid of anything. Soon her pack was bulging. She was excited. She couldn't wait to get away. Mian ran through her checklist again in her head, just to make sure she didn't forget anything. 1 pick hammer, 2 boxes of food, 3 bottles of water. Mian, come down. Breakfast is ready. Huh? Breakfast? Mian rubbed her eyes. How is it breakfast already? She walked slowly into the hallway, and a soft scent wafted over her. Was that? She ran downstairs and looked in the dining room. So many dishes. And her favourites too. Mian helped her pass at the table and sat down eagerly. Where were you, sweetie? I was calling for ages. Were you working on something? Mian's ma asked, bringing out the dishes. Mian froze. Wasn't she planning on running away? But here she was, sitting at the dining table, eating her favourite breakfast. She told her ma that the food was delicious and tried to push it out of her mind. After breakfast, she helped her pa clean the dishes and finished her homework. Her grandpa came in to help her, sitting by her and guiding her through her hardest diagrams. Then she brushed her teeth and lay down for a little nap. Are you asleep, sweetie? Her ma asked, poking her head in the door. She came and sat on the edge of the bed. Mian, you don't seem to be yourself today. Is school getting to you? Mian started to well up. Me and your pa have been talking. We never want you to feel too much pressure, dear. If you're feeling tired, please just tell me, okay? Mian nodded quietly. Her ma smiled at her, that sensitive smile that made Mian feel warm inside. I have a secret for you, Mian, her ma said, and leaning closer to Mian's ear. Grandpa told me he's so proud of you. He said he saw you fixing the grinder the other day. And he told me as soon as he saw me. Mian tried as hard as she could, but couldn't fight back a smile. Her face beamed. Really? Of course, her ma said, tucking her in. She paused, trying to look for the words to say. Mian, the world is big and complicated. It might look like we know everything, but us adults are trying our hardest to figure it all out too. You're a wonderful person, Mian. Just find yourself. Just don't rush. Her ma gave her a soft kiss on the forehead and closed the door. Sleep well, my love. And thus Mian's rebellion was quelled before it began. So when she arrived in Sandrock, she wanted to take life by its horns. She wanted to be a bold, new Mian. She went to the Blue Moon Saloon, looked the owner dead in the eye and said, Give me the strongest drink you got. All right, here it comes, the owner said. He glanced at Mian and thought he may recognise her. Hey, aren't you the new builder? Are you sure you want a stiff one this late? I'm sure you've got a long day ahead of you tomorrow. He was right. She had a long day tomorrow. She wouldn't want to turn up on her first day feeling worse for wear, and besides, she'd have plenty of opportunities in the future. Well, a yak-mel milk, please. Mian sat drinking her yak-mel milk until the saloon closed. She wondered, could she be rebellious? What was it that made it so hard for her? Maybe it's not just in her DNA. Who needs rebellion? Anyway. Oh, I love that one. That's adorable. Okay, Mian. You kind of ran away, but I'm going to run after you. Don't make me get on the horse, okay? Mian, come back. You little fast builder, you.
Ah, my photo. I remember that day. I planned on running away from home. I'd even packed all my bags.
And then you fell asleep.
Yeah, I was going to run away. Told myself I'd just go, and then fell asleep. When I was a kid, anytime I felt like I was overwhelmed or stressed out, I wanted to lash out and rebel, but it never really worked out. My mom found this photo a few days ago and sent it to me. I thought my mom didn't know about it, But she said she couldn't find the pots and pans because I'd packed them all up. She came to my room to look for them. I was trying to be so careful. I was worried I'd run out of food and starve, so I brought as much with me as I could. Oh, I'm so silly, right?
Must have been under so much pressure.
My parents always had high expectations, and there were loads of really talented builders in Tall Sky. If I didn't study, I couldn't compete with them at all. Well, thanks for helping me find the photo. It's a little silly, but it's a memory. I feel like I've never done anything rebellious, though. You know, I've always been the goody two-shoes. Well, maybe this is just me. Little old me Anne. Anyway, thanks for chatting with me. See you later.
That was adorable. I think we did do something rebellious together though, didn't we? We broke into Logan's house. Do you remember?
Remember, don't go hungry. You always tend to forget everything when you've got stuff on your hands.
It's very true. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is have a little look and see... Is there anything else that we can do other than these little quests now? Possibly not. So, okay, just while we're going through them then, we'll go and do Nia's ones. Then there's one for Fang as well. I wonder if someone like... Is there anything for like Unsure or anyone like that? I just want to check the likely candidates. I'm pretty sure it was only 4 of them that had updates in this. Yeah, Unsure didn't have anything. That's fine. So let's do Nia's ones. Right, so Nia, the apple. Nia's interest in botany sparked when she was 5. She noticed an apple started growing black spots on the 5th day it was out. She saw the one that had been sitting in the sun would grow spots on the 3rd or 4th day. She noticed caterpillars crawling on a fern leaf, and it would take the caterpillar half an hour to consume the entire leaf. Nia spent her days watching the world around her, while her parents were at work. They moved around a lot, so she never had much time to settle down in one place. She found it tough to make friends at school, always keeping her distance and sitting alone. The other kids didn't really talk to her, and she was always the new girl. When Nia's parents told her they'd moved to Highwind and wouldn't be moving again, she didn't believe them. She knew they'd go somewhere new. And if she didn't want to be let down, she'd still be the new girl. On her first day of kindergarten, she hid behind her ma's skirt, peering out at the other students. They all seemed so lively. It wasn't like any of the schools she'd been to before. She watched all the kids run around. It was all so chaotic. One child was crying over a spilled milk, while the teacher was trying to console him. Another was loudly reenacting the day of calamity with toys in the middle of the cafeteria. Who's that? I don't know. New girl. Everyone started looking at her, trying to guess who she was, where she came from. She took a step back, further behind her ma. The teacher tried to encourage her to introduce herself, but she just shied away. Can she talk? What's wrong with her? Nia tried to speak, but just murmured. Well, she just needs some time to adjust is all. Make sure you show Nia a good time, okay? All the children nodded. Nia still couldn't talk. Miss, are we going to play games? Said one child, pulling on the teacher's sleeve, thankfully drawing attention away from shy little Nia. The teacher apologised to Nia's ma, with a knowing smile. Well, come on, children. Nia buried her head deeper into her ma's skirt. Nia's ma patted her head. She knew she just needed some time to adjust. Suddenly a child pulled on her sleeve. They looked to be the same age as Nia and were accompanied by their mother. Their mother was saying how nice it was to have a new family in town and was giving Nia's ma a bag of fresh fruit. The little child was holding out an apple. They told Nia to take it, that it's really delicious. The apple looked perfect, with a subtle reddish hue. The child told her it's sweet, that she'll like it. They said their name was Sheelab, and they wanted to be her friend. Nia looked back at her ma, a feeling of strange excitement in her heart. Her first friend, Even today, Nia can remember that moment, one of the few cherished memories of that age. The feel of the apple, the smell of fresh fruit in the air. She didn't have to play alone anymore. She didn't have to climb the neighbour's cherry tree on her own, scrambling from branch to branch. There was always someone there to support her, to catch her if she fell. She gradually made more friends, but that one who gave her the apple always kept a close place in her heart. Even though those lonely days alone were gone, her passion for plants never faded. She'd talk excitedly with her new friends about everything she'd seen the day before, and recorded in detail the progress of her buds blooming. Her new friend read Nia's notes carefully whenever she showed them. They suggested that she should study botany in the future. It was obvious where her dreams lay. Really, Nia said, she'd never thought about it before. Being able to study plants, forever, it sounded amazing. After a pause, a sense of unbridled joy ran through her. You're right, I'm going to be a botanist. Okay, so let's start that, recall the memories on that one with Nia. Once I'm done with all of these memories, we'll sleep the night and we'll see if anything shows up. If it doesn't, I'm going to figure that I'm done with the DLC content. Because short of, marrying all the three others, which is not something that I want to do, I'll let you guys discover all of that on your own if you do pick it up for your own particular spouses. Ah, she is in the moisture farm. Pretty much where you'd expect her to be, either that or at her flower shop. Hey, Nia.
That's the pie my mom made. Oh, wow. This brings back so many memories.
Is it an apple pie?
Yeah, best apple pie in the world. The apple you gave me was in that pie.
Aww.
Actually, it was my birthday that day. I was really upset that I had to go to kindergarten on my birthday, and I didn't know anyone. But then, I met you. You were the first person outside of my family to give me a birthday present. And you didn't even know it. I took your apple home, but I didn't want to eat it. My pa said that I didn't even want my cake. I just love the apple. So, my ma ended up using the apple to make a beautiful apple pie. I made a birthday wish looking at that instead.
Oh. What wish did you make?
Well, that wish came true. It was for us to become friends forever. I love reminiscing like this. You know, I keep this photo with me all the time. It's a nice reminder for me to treasure those close to me. Thank you for finding it for me.
Oh. Okay, so let's do that while we're here. Let's do the other one. Always defaults to Logan because he's my most liked person. Okay. Recall memories. No, let's not. Let's read first. The Highwind Botany Institute was always brimming with activity in the summer. The agronomy department was always doing some cutting-edge experiment with plant materials. The landscaping department would be accountable for all the missing scissors in the facility, and the agricultural engineering department would be working with the local builders on revolutionary designs. In February, Nia was struggling with her exams. For her main courses, soil ecology and agricultural meteorology, she had to read 4 textbooks and 6 supplemental texts, all filled with old world jargon. She closed Soil for Beginners, What is Mud Anyway, and let out a deep sigh. At that moment, her roommate knocked the door. Nia, I'm going to the greenhouse, you coming? Be out in a minute. When they arrived at the greenhouse, their classmates were there already. Their assignment was to research plant-based viruses to see if they can control the spread among crops. Most of the students just recorded their data and left, but Nia spotted an old farmer sitting under the shade. Are you busy, sir? The old man looked up at her with sympathetic eyes and nodded. How often do you encounter crop disease in your usual crops? The old man chuckled and looked at her with an inquisitive eye. Of course, there's a lot of rainfall here, and with rainfall comes pests. Nia started scribbling down notes in her notebook and asked the farmer a series of questions about his farm. By the time the sun set, Nia gave the farmer a cheery goodbye and told him she'd come back to see him soon. She got back to her room and saw the stack of books on her desk and once again let out an exacerbated sigh. In what felt like an instant, it was already time for lab sessions, and Nia found herself struggling. She was trying to inoculate wheat and had to measure the resistances different strains had to different variants. It wasn't easy. It took around half a month, and everyone was pulling their hair out over it. Nia just quietly worked away, day in, day out. She didn't go back to her dorm until long after sunset. "Ah, Nia, what are you working on today?" the old farmer asked her as he happened to walk past her tinkering late into the night. Nia explained everything to the old farmer, who simply shook his head. "You need to be careful. Your control sample already has mould. See that white mould there?" He pointed at a small spot on the corner of an ear of wheat. Nia looked at the wheat in horror. There it was, nestled in the corner, that dreaded white spot. Her data might already be contaminated, and that would mean she'd have to do the whole thing over again. There wasn't time enough for that. The farmer saw Nia's face drop. He could see the desperation in her eyes. "Why don't you take these out of the group? There's no need to be so strict in a student experiment." "No," Nia mumbled in reply. "My teacher will use their samples for reference, and if I just ignore a contamination, then..." Nia thought of her friend working tirelessly in Sandrock, fighting against the harsh desert. She looked up at the moon, sitting silently in the sky, bathing the greenhouse in a silver glow. "A friend showed me that you need to approach everything with a clear conscience and dedication. So thank you for pointing that out. I'll get to work on a new study right away." The farmer started, but Nia was already gone, enthusiastically scribbling away in her little notebook as she walked. Oh, I went past a page there. The old farmer scratched his beard, shaking his head incredulously, though he couldn't help but smile. Nia got started on her new experiment, but time was tight. She had to set herself a tight schedule for eating, sleeping and studying. She finally managed to submit her report in the nick of time. Graduation season arrived. The outstanding students could choose mentors to help them with their continued research. Nia was not one of them. Her grades were good, but her theoretical courses had let her down in her first year. Suddenly, the door to her dorm burst open and her roommate was standing there brightly. "Nia, you did it!" "Huh? Did what?" Nia said, confused. "The mentor selections have been released. Professor Luau chose you to join his team." "Professor Luau? But I've never even met him before." "He only chose 3 students and you're one of them." When Nia finally met her new mentor, it all clicked into place. Standing in front of her was the familiar face. "Aren't you the farmer?" The old man was in front of her, smile broadly lighting up his face. He scratched his beard and greeted her kindly. "Nia, it's been a while. But... I often like to take breaks in the greenhouse. It's a rather lovely spot, is it not? The other students usually ignored me or didn't heed my advice. You, on the other hand..." Nia was surprised, delighted and confused all at once and couldn't help but laugh. "I thought you were a farmer. I think farmers really know more than any botanist ever could about growing, so I didn't want to waste the chance. Well, in any case, welcome to the team." What a beautiful thing.
Catch you later.
Garden school blues. Go to Little Wood. Oh, okay. Well, there we are. We need to go all the way to Little Wood. Then we'll do Fangs and we'll finish up with Logan's ones. Then, like I say, I'll take a sleep. And we'll see if anything else pops up. If it does, then we might have another episode out of this. If it doesn't, then I'm going to say we're probably done. My thoughts are that we're probably done. Why I didn't just go... Why I didn't just use the original fast travel. Is there fast travel by Little Wood? No, the closest one is Gecko Station. There is literally, right by the Moisture Farm, fast travel. But I just get on my horse and I ride. It's half the fun of this game. Alright, let's go and have a little look at Little Wood.
I remember our teacher said that in the first year of growing a black saxel tree, it's water, water, water. Insufficient water will lead to root hypoxia.
That's good advice. I'll make sure Trudy spreads the word. We're lucky to have you here, Nia. We've always had to kind of wing it over here. Having insight from High Wind is really helpful. Anyway, I have to go.
Thank you, Zeke. I mean it. I'll see you later. You came too! It's so beautiful here. Oh, and I guess it's full of resources. That must be great for you builders. I just came to check up on the Saxel trees. If you need some help, let me know. Wow, I remember this. Look at how young I was. Still so hopeful. I'm kidding. My time at botanical school was hard work, but it was really a lot of fun.
How did you meet Professor Luo?
Professor Luo and I have a bit of a weird story. I failed a few theory classes, and I really thought I wouldn't make it into the mentor program. It turns out that the farmer that'd be giving me advice the whole time was Professor Luo. Later on, Professor Luo said that he'd been watching me. He said that it's not all grades. Perseverance and dedication to planting was something he didn't see in just everyone. It feels a little weird to be complimenting myself like this. You know, I told the professor that you inspired me to push myself like I do.
You really helped me here too.
Yeah, we can both work to push each other to be the best we can be. Look at me talking so much. You must still have things to do. I won't bother you anymore. Goodbye!
So I imagine that if you were married or lovers with Nia, that you would probably have much more sort of intimate scenes, I would say. It's probably going to be much more lovey-dovey. But with us, we only get to see Logan's part of that. Okay, so I would like to go over to see... Oh, is Fang not there right now? Where's Fang? Oh well, never mind. Why don't we, while we're right here, read Fang's story. We're only allowed to do one of them. The other one is only the getaway. We're allowed to be... We have to be a sweetheart to be allowed to do that one. However, X's show, we can do that one. Okay, so X's show. When he was 5 years old, Fang Shimayo received a raven's egg from his mother. His father took them down... I've never been aware of his surname before, actually. His father took them to the town's photo studio to take a family portrait. Sanai hoped that her son could cultivate a sense of responsibility and learn the value of life through the process of hatching and caring for the raven chick. And young Fang did much better than she imagined. He loved this bird very much. When X was still an egg, Fang poured his naive and innocent feelings into it. But young Fang did not yet understand that not only are people different with varying personalities, but so too are animals. The plans he'd drawn for himself and his would-be companion gradually fell apart after X hatched. He'd imagined reading books with the bird quietly resting on his shoulder, but the fledgling X tore his fairy tale books into shreds and spread them into a nest. He wanted to pick wild fruits with the bird, but X would eat all the berries in his basket. When he wanted to sleep a little longer, X kept squawking until someone would come to his side. Just like Tilly. Fang was very frustrated and felt that X was not his friend. Not your friend? Why not? His mother asked. He doesn't listen to me, Fang replied. Sweetie, you just have to be patient. X needs you. He just doesn't understand what you mean yet, and doesn't know how to express himself. Sanai comforted her son. How about this, Shimayo? You can become X's little teacher. Me? Train X? Can I do it? He asked. Of course, I believe in you, Shimayo. You can certainly do it. Sanai finished speaking and gently hugged her son. Oh, is it Shimayo? Is Shimayo his first name then, and Fang his second name? It could be actually. Anyway, early the next morning, Fang put the bird training gloves sewn by his mother on his right hand and packed the bird's favourite snacks in his waist bag. He opened X's cage. X jumped onto his glove, and Fang could feel X's claws tightly gripping his index and middle fingers, his eyes still mischievously staring at his young master. Sanai nodded approvingly at her son, indicating that he should continue. Fang understood, praised the bird like his mother did, and then fed it a snack. The first thing to do was teaching X to wait. Wait a minute, X. X's breakfast was placed in front of it. Wait a little longer. Fang gave the order tenderly, hoping to make the bird more obedient. X did wait. Okay, you can eat it now. However, X seemed to not understand, looking at Sanai and then Fang. You can eat, X. Go ahead, eat. After hearing this, X plunged his head into the food bowl. Under Fang's patient training, X made rapid progress. He learned many skills such as playing dead, imitating the voices of Fang's parents, although his father didn't like it very much, recognizing different symbols. When Fang returned from playing outside, X would warmly greet him at the door. Of course, he now also knows which books are Fang's precious fairy tales and cannot easily be torn apart. X, come on, bird. X, let's go out and talk. One day, while his mother was taking a nap, Fang woke up X and let him out the cage. "Caw, what's wrong, dearie?" cooed the bird. "Shh, be quiet, Mara's resting," Fang whispered. Fang skillfully led X to jump onto his shoulder and then quietly closed the cage door and walked into his mother's garden. The lilac flowers seemed to be enchanted, falling down to kiss the boy's cheeks. "Ma's birthday is coming. Let's rehearse a show, okay?" What? "A show we perform together for Ma to make her happy." Okay, on with the show." X, I feel like Ma hasn't been happy lately. Sometimes she sits all by herself sighing. I think she might be missing Pa. Pa's been gone for longer this time, and I miss him a bit too. Eat with the bowl upright. Eat with the bowl upright. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. X's lively imitation made Fang burst into laughter. Caw, I know. Alakazam, turn Pa back. Hey X, you're such a smart bird. That's it. Let's do magic. Let's make Ma's worries disappear. Great. Shazam. We'll practice well and give Ma a surprise. Since Pa's not home, I'm the head of the family. A gentleman's word is as good as a bond. X imitated his father's speech again. He loved to say idioms that Fang didn't understand, but Fang probably knew that it implied honesty and trustworthiness, so he nodded happily towards X. Ma, we've prepared a show for you. On Sanai's birthday, her beloved son and the naughty little bird accompanied her. She vaguely guessed that these two little rascals had been secretly planning something, but she didn't expect it to be a birthday present for herself. Caw, grand finale, X chirped 3 times. Gah! Okay, I'm ready, great magician. Please begin. Fang took out a small cape and put it on. Hello, everyone. I'm Magician Fang Shimayo, and this is my assistant X. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce that. He began. X, are you ready? Today, we are going to perform magic to make Ma's worries disappear. Ready, poof poof. X flew to Fang Sanai's side, flapping his wings. Sanai felt the scent of flowers. Fang took out a stick and imitated the appearance of a serious magician, waving it in the air. Collect the worries. X, collect them all. Yes, so Fang is the surname. Poof poof. Fang stretched out his arm, and X landed on his right hand. Now Ma's worries are all collected into X's magic wings. Wow, magic wings, Sanai couldn't help but exclaim softly. X, now let's make them all disappear. X spread his wings and hovered in the room. He made a cawing sound, and finally hovered his way under the window. Raven's shadow, worries disappear. Fang took out a mirror hidden nearby, found the right angle and reflected golden sunlight onto X. Alakazam, worries disappear. In an instant, X's body was bathed in light. Its black feathers seemed to have some mysterious alchemy, turning the sunlight into gold, blending into every flap of its wings. The golden, purple, blue, and black glosses were so dazzling that people couldn't move their eyes. In this beautiful moment, Sanai felt that Fang really had magic, and X really had a pair of magic wings. We did it! Our magic worked! Goodness, son, it's so beautiful. Ma, happy birthday. I hope you never have any worries. Thank you, my dear. And you, X, thank you. With you by my side, Ma will never have any worries. Sanai's heart was full of happiness. She couldn't help but think if time could stop at this moment forever, she wouldn't have to face the entanglement of knowing that her husband might have a former wife, or the confusion about their future life. The child in front of her was so innocent and beautiful. How could she bear to let them face any possible hardships and vicissitudes? She must protect them from harm, even if it means paying the price of her life. Sanai thought so while tightly embracing her son. X was still chirping, flying around, and teasing Sanai and Fang's hair. The sunlight was unevenly scattered on the table in the house. This scene remained in Sanai and Fang's hearts, like a warm brand, saving them from countless painful days and nights. That's lovely. Oh my goodness, what a cute... Oh, lovely story. Okay, so again, I'm just going to check that one out. And with this one, I need to go and talk to X, apparently, who's blimmin' miles away. We've got time, though. Might need to do. I'm going to extend the episode just into the morning to see if any other things pop up. If things pop up in the morning, then we'll do Logan's stories and whatever pops up in another little episode. If nothing pops up, then I will go and do Logan's stories, and then we'll, you know, put Sandrock to bed at that point, I think. So, Mr. X, you in here? Banjo's level 60. Hiya, X. How you doing?
Photo. Find Fang.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3, and poof.
1, 2, 3, and poof! He poofed me away.
Fang.
Poof.
Fang.
What's wrong, X?
Pick a card. Any card.
On tricks from long ago? No, X. We're too old for such games.
Open sesame. Alakazam! I cast a spell on you. Ah! Open up.
Abracadabra. You have no power here. I break the spell.
He's kind of getting into it now.
He's too strong. Help!
You're here too.
I'm gone. Whoopity.
Come on, honey. You can do it. Bye-bye.
The Raven Shadow.
I didn't expect you two to have a whole show prepared.
That was from a long time ago. When I was young, I trained X. After we stopped playing this game. Talking to you is nice. I have to go.
That was really adorable. I loved reading that story. That was such a cool story. Okay. So I feel like Betty buys for me now. We'll see if anything pops up in the morning. If nothing pops up in the morning, like I say, then I think that's going to be it for our Sandrock run. But what a lovely extra couple of gorgeous episodes to come back to with all the love stories. I really enjoyed doing this.
You look worn out. Call me next time when you go out on an adventure.
I will. Let me just check. I just want to make sure that there's nothing more that I'm supposed to be doing here. So like preferences, social network, relationship perks. It's given all the voices, which we did have a little look through, but these are these ones are the main ones. These background quests. And like I say, we've now just got Logan's left to do, so I'll take a sleep. And at least Logan's somewhere we can find him. Okay, so that's fishing for 2. That is a quest that is a repeatable. So I'm not going to worry about that one.
Catch you later.
No, I need to feed her. Like, you're always picking her up and then I can't feed her. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let me just pop my little head outside and look at the map and look at my mailbox. Just make sure nothing's going to happen. There is something in the mailbox there. Just a letter from Ginger, so I'll read that out. Dear Sheelab, it's been a while since my brother and I returned to Portia. I'm writing to share that everything here is going well. My health's been steadily improving, and I'm feeling much better. Dr. Fang recently sent me some pills. I heard you had a hand in helping him make the pills. You're both too kind to me. All my friends in Portia are overjoyed by my recovery. Emily invited me to her farm, and Sam offered to teach me horseback riding. Not to mention Uncle Russo, who was moved to tears seeing me step out from under that parasol. But what I'm most excited about is crafting my own handicrafts. My brother remains cautious about my health, limiting my time for designs, but I've managed to complete a few. Writing to you has brought back a rush of memories from my time at Sandrock, though. Though my time has passed, those days remain fresh in my mind. I'll forever treasure those beautiful memories in my heart. All the best, Ginger. Aww. I'm very glad that came up before I finished. Super stabby. Sort out my stuff. Right. I was going to have a quick look at the map and just make sure that the fishing for 2 is the only thing left to do. It does seem to be. So we're just going to do Logan's ones, and then I'm going to wrap this up, I think. So this will be interesting because the background quests so far I've done with friends only. So these will be the 2 that I'll be doing with a spouse, which will be really interesting to see. So father and son. Have we read this one before? I don't think we have read the whole of it. I think we might have read the first page. So easy there, kiddo. We're going to a friendly competition, not trying to put anybody in the ground. Howlett chuckled, watching as his son's dagger was firmly planted on the wooden stake. It took him only 3 days to master this move. What if we're not on the same team? What if someone picks you? Reckon we'll go at the crack of dawn. Our names will be first on the list, Howlett consoled his son. 18-year-old Logan nodded. He'd grown to be tall and lean. He could move on the arena like a dragonfly, his silver-white hair shimmering as he swiftly juggled his footwork. Howlett was worried about his son, however. Logan's progress in martial arts was rapid, a natural talent. Even when Logan was a little boy, he loved to crouch by the edge of the arena and offer unique insights. Would you look at that? Old Mason's right hook really packs a wallop. Haha, look at Coop, ducking and weaving like a jack-o'-ninny. But he wasn't good at articulating why, like how Mason's punch had great form, or how Cooper's every move exposed his own belly to the enemy. Howlett knew that with Logan's current progress, his skills could surpass his own at any moment, but he could still hear his son's brain telling him when to attack, which move to use. This kind of cooperation was very effective, more than enough to deal with the monsters and petty thieves around Sandrock. But sometimes Logan's fists were faster than his brain, much faster. When he was 16, he sparred with Haru at the doorstep, and with just one move he knocked Haru down. Haru dislocated his right hand and his nose was bleeding. Logan was terrified. He never thought he'd hurt a friend. Remember, in the competition, stop when you've made your point. We don't have to take the championship by force. Howlett signed his son's name on the registration list. But we're definitely going to be champions, Logan smiled at his father. When the gong sounded for the match, father and son defeated their first opponents within 30 seconds. For the second opponent, they only took 23 seconds. And in the final, they faced B3 and Justice. Justice had just joined the militia a month ago and came forth in the 50-kilometre cross-country training within the regiment. The militia had 5 humans and 1 dog participating. The little dog Henry never crossed the finish line. It was said that it found a wanted criminal during the training and tracked him to Tongtian town, where it was then captured and joined the militia there. As for B3, he was a real tough guy. Unfortunately, it wasn't B3's prime anymore. A few years ago, he lost an eye, and his right hand was amputated, replaced with a mechanical one. In the second minute of the round, Logan eliminated Justice with a lucky straight punch. In the 5th minute, Howlett was eliminated by B3 after a calculated gambit, leaving only 2 of the 4 men standing. So it's B3 versus Logan, is it? For the first minute of Logan's one-on-one with B3, he didn't land a single blow on the opponent. This was unexpected for Logan. B3 was obviously heavier than him, yet remarkably agile. Compensating for his disadvantage of only having one eye, every switch between offense and defense from B3 was faster than Logan anticipated. Logan felt a hint of blood in his throat. It was as if his opponent had turned into a machine, launching probing attacks mercilessly. Probe, defend, probe again. Then back to defense. In contrast, Logan's attacks dwindled, his arms barely leaving his chest, and he started to feel discouraged. He'd eagerly awaited this match, hoping to challenge B3 alongside his father in front of the whole town. This match might end soon, or it might last forever. The sheriff is playing the long game. I bet in another minute Logan will be exhausted. How is this match still going on? This is too cruel. Can't just call it. This is about a man's honour. What am I doing wrong? Logan panicked, hearing the crowd below the arena, dodging B3's right hook. If he got hit, he might lose his chin. Think. What? Son, use your dang brain. No, anything but that. Old Coop's got a pretty penny on this one. Logan felt like he'd gone momentarily deaf. His heartbeat rang in his eardrums. When B3 switched up his footwork, he almost stumbled, and Logan saw it. He's telegraphing, left foot. Logan attempted to attack B3's left flank, but ended up being grazed by a left hook. Why didn't it work? No, it's happening again, just to see. Thinking was too tiring for Logan. He couldn't keep up. Dodge, dodge, roll left, finding an opening, try to attack, fail, dodge again. Pull yourself together, Logan. Use your brain. It's a trap. He's trying to lure me in. His own thoughts rattled around in his skull. Logan felt an explosion of adrenaline rush into his brain, a feeling he'd never experienced before on this level. Don't let him know you've seen through it. But not yet. Next time I have to hit him with everything I've got. Feint. To the right. Block, block there. Logan couldn't remember when the bell rang. Time's up. It's a draw. Howlett ran up to the stage embracing his son. Justice helped B3 up. Thought for a second you two were going to kill each other. Let's go and recall the memories. Father and son. Why are you so far away? My goodness me. Thought this one would be easy. He wouldn't be halfway across the town, but no. High noon arena. Ah, that makes sense. He wants to actually be at the arena to remember this one. Considering what we just read, that makes absolute sense.
Phew. If you were abandoned, hey, I'd have been done for.
Ah, come on, Sheriff. Don't do yourself dirty like that. You got some mean moves. I reckon the score's still somewhere in the ballpark of 100 to 102. Couldn't say in whose favor.
Well, at any rate, I appreciate the time, Logan. You keep me on my toes when we're sparring. See you later.
Later, Justice. Hey, fancy seeing you here, too.
I would beat you.
Huh? A photo. Oh,
I
remember this. This was my first time competing in the showdown at high noon. I was greener than a spoiled honey bumble ant back then. Was after this, they made it so I couldn't team up with my pa. Pa and B3 couldn't team up neither.
The top 3 people couldn't team up.
I get it, you know. It's all about making it fun and fair. Make it all uneven, and everyone's gonna be leaving in a huff.
Maybe I shouldn't compete then.
I always wanted to face my pa in the tournament, but I never got the chance. Wasn't long after this that B3 went missing and all too. Say, while we're here, how about a little spar?
Sure, I'll take you down.
That's the spirit.
Daggers. I'm usually quite good with daggers. I will win this. Just gotta not let him get his special attacks on. You thought you were going to get me? That was a feint. You don't use your brain in fighting at all, do you, mate? No, you don't. Caught me on that one. Oof. I have to be more careful now. That's annoying. Getting like special attacks and things, and I'm not allowed any. It's not fair, is it? Gotta be careful now. Don't start with the gun. Are you serious? I'm allowed stone weapons.
Sorry,
You're allowed a gun.
I reckon I kind of lost my cool there. But you nearly got me a few times there. I reckon next time you're gonna get me for sure.
Probably if you actually use the weapons you're given and don't use like special attacks and guns.
Let's spar again when you got the time. Remember, don't go hungry. You always tend to forget everything when you've got stuff on your hands.
Rematch.
Remember, don't go hungry.
I want
You
a
always tend to
rematch
forget
right now.
everything when you've got stuff on your hands.
Yeah, he's still apparently allowed guns. Yeah. He's really rough to beat, isn't he, with guns and... I'm not allowed to change my weapon at all, am I? Got him! Ha!
Remember, don't go hungry. You always tend to forget everything when you've got stuff on your hands.
I do. Well, I'm happy now because I beat you in a spar. I was doing really well. I was like, then like suddenly faced with him bringing guns into it. I'm like, if I had my gun, you'd be gone. Okay, so. Looks like I got a point to spend. Should I spend it? On combat. Spend it on daggers. Oh, daggers is like my worst one. I clearly forgot about that. Alright then. Let's have a look at your final piece of reading. Hot cocoa. So Howlett was never accustomed to putting salt in his hot cocoa. The first time he saw Carmen do it, he was taken aback, thinking he'd married a woman who couldn't distinguish between sugar and salt. Darling, you have to try it. It's really delicious. Carmen, I'll pass on that. I only added a pinch. Carmen ran her fingers through her silver hair, as smooth as fresh Yakima milk. Howlett loved Carmen deeply. She had an unusual understanding of various weapons, and always had endless novel ideas. He'd hold her in his arms, listening to her stories all night long. Pirates at sea, bandits in the mountains, even robots. She'd kiss his lips and then complain why he hadn't shaved yet. Aww. Remember the shaving cutscene we had, the little one with Logan? Though Howlett never did find out where Carmen was from, what her family did, or why none of her family came to the wedding. He didn't let it bother him then. 9 months later, their son was born. Sometimes Howlett would wait until Carmen fell asleep, gently kiss her, and then go take a look at his son. Under the serene starlight of the Eufaula, he'd then go to fulfill the most dangerous and lucrative orders from the bounty board. Grabbing a handful of white soil from the ground, rubbing it in his palms. These soils had high salt content, so it was like washing his hands. Howlett would brew a cup of coffee in the tent, nibble on some bread. He'd take out his notebook and scribble some thoughts with the pencil whose eraser had long fallen off. How to track monsters, how to examine their remnants. When Light's arrow reached the zenith, he'd crawl into his sleeping bag and think about his wife and son. He knew his wife and child were thinking about him at home too. However, when Logan was 4 years old, this picturesque life abruptly came to an end. One day Carmen left without warning, leaving Sandrock forever. Ma! Carmen looked up and saw her son on the second floor. He was awake, rubbing his eyes and looking at her. He still held his blanket. Ma, I'm awake. Do you need to use the restroom? Logan nodded. Carmen hid her luggage behind her and gently placed it under the kitchen table. Are you scared to use the restroom alone? Do you want Ma to go with you? No, I'm not scared. Okay, sweetheart. Use the restroom and go to bed, okay? Logan nodded. Carmen went upstairs, put the blanket that her son had left in the corridor back on his bed, and then went to the kitchen, lit the stove. She decided to make her son hot cocoa for the last time. Ma, what's wrong, son? You forgot to add salt. Logan leaned his face on the table. He kicked Karma's luggage several times, but the little boy was unaware. Sorry, can I add a pinch? After her son lay down again, Karma quietly went downstairs, picked up her luggage, closed the door behind her. What Karma didn't know was that she had a smile on her face. Her son liked cocoa with salt. As Logan grew up, he would occasionally recall the scene of reminding his mother to add salt, but he always felt that reality wasn't like that. It was just a recurring dream over the years. His more vivid memories of his mother's sudden departure were of his desolate father. After Carmen disappeared, Howlett spent 3 months searching for her. He didn't take any orders, nor did he listen to anyone's advice. He always entrusted Logan to the Cooper family, or the Hugo family, for care, and often disappeared for more than 10 days at a time. And when he returned to town, he stayed in the saloon all night, leaving himself unconscious. Go home, aren't you taking care of your son, Howlett? This ain't right. Come on now, I gotta close. Howlett nodded. That might have been Owen's father at that point. Got up to settle the bill. When Howlett woke up again, he was lying on the stairs at home, his head resting on a pillow, a blanket still draped over him. But Howlett still felt a headache. Not only did his head hurt, but his face hurt too. Howlett touched his nose. What's wrong with my face? Did I fall when I came back? You bumped into it. Here on the stair railing. Logan suddenly felt very aggrieved in his heart. I wanted to help you, but you're too heavy. Why didn't you call someone? You only came back at 3 in the morning. I've been waiting for you, but you didn't come back. I couldn't wake you up. I was afraid you left too. They say if you can't wake someone up, they must have gone to see Peach. Yeah, well, no Peach this time. Next time don't bother moving me. You're too heavy, Pa. He almost shouted, glaring fiercely at his father, but tears were already streaming down his face. Howlett suddenly felt a solid strike to his face. Fate had dealt him a poor hand. But life had to go on. He couldn't let his son suffer this sight again. Hot cocoa.
Ain't this a photo of my old house?
Yeah.
Dang, this was a real long time ago. There's that old piece of junk with a fresh coat of paint.
Hey, buddy.
A cup of hot cocoa. My pa used to make it for me when I was a kid. He'd add a little pinch of salt. Made it that little bit more special. Tasted mighty fine. Reckon our household had a funny way of doing things, but nowadays I can't drink it without. What about you? Your kin got any little cooking quirks, family recipes?
My mom makes tomato and eggs with sugar.
I heard about that. Brings out the tomatoes flavor, right? Well, as long as it's fresh, it's fine with me. Say, hon, would you care to try the old family recipe? I got a bit of time. What say we head on over to the old homestead and I'll whip you up a cup? Don't worry, it'll be just like Pa used to make it.
That's lovely. Oh, it tastes amazing.
I'm glad you like it. I was worried you might have thought it tasted funky. Having a hot cup of this on a cold winter day will warm you right up. If you ever want to drink it again, I'll make a fresh cup for you.
Aww.
I don't know why. After seeing that photo, I'm feeling, I don't know, a bit strange.
Miss your mom?
Do I miss her? Heck, I don't even know. I don't really remember anything about my mom. Taking a sip, it kind of brings me back to my childhood. Oh, maybe I'm thinking too much.
I'm here for you, Logan. I'll always be your family.
I ain't losing anyone else. If anyone tries to take you away from me, let's just say there's nothing they can do to tear us apart. Anyway, I'm sure you got loads to do, darling. You head on back. We'll talk later. Remember, don't go hungry. You always tend to forget everything when you've got stuff on your hands.
And with those wise words from Logan, I think we are now done with everything that I wanted to do looking at this expansion. There were some lovely, lovely tales with it. It was so, so nice. I really loved getting some closure with Miguel. I really loved doing the new quest with Sin. That was really, really interesting with the robots and everything. And all of the extra stuff we got to do with Logan was so fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, then please do leave me a like below. If you'd like to see more videos, it won't be Sandrock, but maybe when Evershine comes, then please do subscribe. I'll let you know when videos are out. Hope to see you next time. In the meantime, please look after yourselves and keep being awesome.